Hi everyone. Are you ready for the new year? Because I'm going to give you 11 things that you need to do in order to get your company focused and ready for the new year. I'm Chiyoko Kakina. I'm the Vice President of Brand Expansion for C21 Canada, and I have over 25 years of strategic planning experience as well as helping entrepreneurs build their business. So let's get started. Here is your C21 checklist for business planning. Checklist item number 1. Get your management team involved in the development of your business plan. It's important to get your management team bought into the process and also really aligned with the plan that you have for the company for the upcoming year. So it's really important to get them involved from day one. Get them involved in doing some of the tasks and understanding what some of the goals are and brainstorming with you. This way you can ensure that they're going to be all on board and accountable for achieving your objectives. Checklist item number 2. Conduct a competitive analysis. You'll want to make sure that you're always on top of your competitive landscape. So you're going to want to do a competitive analysis of your market. You're going to want to identify all your competitors, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, how many realtors they have in their brokerage, and also what their agent compensation plans are. So just make a table really quite simple. Just put the competitors down the left-hand side, then put their strengths, their weaknesses, how many realtors they have at the time you did the analysis, and also their agent compensation plans. This way you can monitor their success or failures as well as make sure that you're competitive in the marketplace. Checklist item number 3. Conduct a SWOT analysis on your brokerage. It's always good to know your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So you're going to want to identify all those in those 4 different categories. And then what you're going to do when you're building your plan, you're going to want to make sure that you maximize your strengths, you eliminate your weaknesses, you capitalize on your opportunities, and you reduce your threats. Checklist item number 4. Establish your goals. You know, Brian Buffini says that if you write down your goals, you have a 42% better chance of achieving them. So what do you need to achieve for the new year? Do you need to drive top line revenue? Do you need to increase profitability? Or maybe you need to do both. Just whatever those goals might be, write them down. For example, you might want to increase your net agent count by, let's say, 10 agents for the year. By defining what those goals are, it'll really ensure that your efforts are truly having an impact on your business. Checklist item number 5. Determine your strategies. Now that you've set your goals for the year, you'll want to determine what strategies you need to implement in order to achieve your goals. So many people get confused on what a strategy is versus a tactic. But a strategy is how you're going to do something, and a tactic is what you're going to do. So for instance, let's say your goal was to increase your net agent count by 10 agents in the new year. One of your strategies might be to increase brand awareness to attract agents to join your brokerage. Maybe you have another strategy to support that overall goal, which is all about agent retention. So you want to retain your agents by providing them a higher level of support, making them more productive and loyal to your brokerage. Then we can move on to the tactics, which is what we're going to do. Checklist item number 6. Build your action plan. Now the fun begins. You've identified your goals, you've identified your strategies, and now you can identify what exactly you're going to do in order to achieve your goals and your strategies. So for instance, if one of your strategies wants to increase top of mind awareness, to attract more realtors to join your business, now you're going to have to think of what you actually need to do in order to do that. Do you need to make more phone calls, some cold calls? Do you need to post more often on social media? Think of all the things that you need to do in order to help increase awareness of your brand in your market, thereby attracting people to your brokerage. With regards to the retention strategy, you're going to have to determine what you want to do in order to better support your realtors. So does that mean holding more training sessions? Or maybe that means, identifying some company culture building events that you can hold for your realtors. Any tactics that support your overall strategies that you've identified. Checklist item number 7. Make sure your plan is measurable. As they say, you can't manage what you can't measure. So go through and make sure your goals and your tactics are smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. It's really important that you go through and make sure every goal and tactic has some sort of measurement to it so you can track the progress of your success. Checklist item number 8. Determine who is responsible for each tactic. Now that your management team has been involved in this process, you're going to want to go through and delegate some of the tactics. Don't take on too much. You're going to want to delegate some of this. So for instance, if one of the tactic was to post more often on social media, maybe you have someone on your team that has a marketing background or does some marketing for you. Maybe they're the best person to be the SPA, and the SPA stands for Single Person Accountable. You're going to want to make sure that every tactic has an SPA attached to it. Checklist item number 9, build a financial forecast. You're going to want to make sure that you take everything that you've done, so the goals, the strategies, and tactics, into consideration when you're developing your financial forecast for the year. So for instance, if your goal was that you want to add 10 new net recruits for the year, then you're going to want to identify what that goal, what impact it will have on your business. So you'll want to identify what your average company agent contribution is for your company, multiply that by 10, and add that to the top line revenue. Plus, you'll want to identify, is there any additional expenses that you're going to incur in order to meet your overall goal? So if you need to do some social media ads, is there a cost to that? Is there a cost to bringing on a marketing person? So you'll want to go through your plan and identify any additional expenses that you need to incorporate in your plan this year. Checklist item number 10, create a marketing and events calendar. Depending on what your strategies are and what your tactics are, but if there's some tactics in there that has to do with marketing your brokerage or having some culture building events, you're going to want to identify an annual marketing events calendar. This way you can keep track of everything, you can make sure that things don't overlap and there's not too much work being done in a specific time of the year, but you can just do it on an Excel spreadsheet, write down all the months and all the activities you're going to run and when they're going to be run, block them off, and then you'll have a marketing events calendar. So make sure that you take all your initiatives into consideration. So if you're running recruiting campaigns, again, your culture building events, and any additional marketing that you might have going on throughout the year. Checklist item number 11, and our final checklist item, track your progress monthly. You're going to want to create a dashboard to track your results on a monthly basis. So you have your annual goals and you have your annual tactics and what you want to do in order to achieve your goals. You're going to want to break them down into monthly tactics and goals. And this way you can create a dashboard, what your month goals are, what the actual end result was, and then you can make sure that you're on track throughout the year. And if you fall behind, you just need to decide what you need to do the next month in order to catch up. But it's really important, of course, that you monitor your progress so you can make sure at the end of the year that you really achieved your goals and maybe overachieved them. Anyways, those are 11 things that you need to do to get your business up and ready for 2023. Let's review them one more time. Checklist item number 1, get your management team involved in the development of your business plan. Number 2, conduct a competitive analysis. Number 3, create a SWOT analysis. Number 4, establish your goals. Number 5, determine your strategies. Number 6, build your action plan. Number 7, make sure your plan is measurable. Number 8, determine who is responsible for each tactic. Number 9, build a financial forecast. Number 10, create a marketing events calendar. And number 11, track your progress monthly. If you didn't write that down, that's okay. Just email me and I will send you your own hard copy of your C21 checklist for business planning. My contact information can be found on the C21franchise.ca website. C21 is the world's largest residential real estate company in the world with presence in 86 countries. Here in Canada, we are 11,000 plus strong, and we're looking to align ourselves with like-minded individuals who share the same vision to what the future of brokerages look like. So if you're interested in opening your own brokerage or maybe converting your brokerage to C21, please feel free to reach out to me or my colleague, Gary Zalepa. Our contact information can be found on the C21franchise.ca website. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a successful year.